Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Thiem with the National Weather Service Weather Forecast Office in Peachtree City. This is your weekly weather briefing for North and Central Georgia for the week of Thursday, May 12th, 2022. So the good news, the highlights for this week is that we don't have any significantly impactful weather that's expected for the week ahead. No major severe storms outbreaks, hurricanes, or winter storm outlooks on the horizon. Conditions are going to be increasingly summer-like as we go through the next week. Things are going to be getting just a little bit humid and very warm. We're also looking at mainly isolated to scattered showers generally for the week ahead, with some weak thunderstorms possible in there as well. Highest rain chances are going to be on Friday, but overall we are expecting very little rainfall for the week ahead, which could reduce drought conditions that are creeping into central Georgia. We're going to be a little bit cooler on Friday with our rain chances and increased cloud cover on that day, but then we start a general warming trend with near record temps by the middle of next week. So here's a look at what's going on across the U.S. As we start off this afternoon. In general, we do have a very broad low pressure system that is sitting off of the eastern Florida, Georgia, and Carolina coastlines. This low pressure system is going to be driving our weather pattern over the next several days. Right now we are bringing in some drier air in from the northeast, but this low pressure system, as we look in closer towards our regional area, is going to slowly retrograde, which means it's going to move to the west before getting kicked off to the northeast by the time we get into this weekend. So for today, this low pressure system is going to be sitting off of the coastline, but by Friday, it's going to be centered over our forecast area, which, as we're going to see here in a minute, is going to give us some higher rain chances and higher cloud cover and cooler temperatures before moving off this weekend. So this is a look at our forecast radar coverage and cloud cover for today and Friday. So as you can see there, the white coloring there is increasing cloud cover that's moving into our area for today and tomorrow. And then we see the projected forecast radar reflectivity is overlaid on top of that. So as we can see, we move through this afternoon, and then tomorrow we're going to have increasing coverage throughout that time frame of scattered showers and potential weak thunderstorms. Now, it's important here not to focus on the exact placement of any storms, but rather just the general coverage pattern. And we see we are on an increasing trend as we move through Friday evening. So what does that mean as far as local conditions? Well, for today, we're going to have mostly sunny skies as that low pressure remains offshore. That's going to cause high temperatures to be able to increase into the low to mid 80s, and we're going to have a small chance for rain showers increasing for the far southeastern portions of the forecast area. By the time we get into tomorrow, that cloud cover is going to be increasing to partly into mostly cloudy by the evening, which means our high temperatures are only going to get up into the upper 70s to low 80s, which are slightly cooler due to that increased cloud cover. But as you can also see, our rain chances are going to increase dramatically, where we get scattered chances for showers and thunderstorms for the metro westward, and then likely chances for showers and thunderstorms in the Blairsville, Athens, Macon, and Edenton area towards the east. Unfortunately, though, when it comes to the amount of precip we're expecting from this, very minimal rainfall totals are expected unless a storm happens to occur locally over your area. So, looking for our general surface weather pattern through the week ahead, we can see right off the coast, we see that low pressure system. By tomorrow, we're going to see that low pressure system start to move onshore. This is a look at Friday morning. And then by the time we get into Saturday, that low pressure system is really going to move off towards the northeast, creating broader rain chances across the Midwest, coastal Atlantic, and New England states. As we get into this weekend, we're going to have some increasing leftover rain chances as we still have a lot of Gulf moisture that's still going to be in place over our area. So as we see here going into Sunday and into Monday, we still have some scattered rain chances that are going to be moving out as we get into the early part of next week, as we have increasingly drier cold fronts try to start to drag into the area. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to really see much relief until we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. That is because we're going to remain in a very moist air mass before those times. But once we get into Wednesday into Thursday, we could see a little bit of break from that before again looking at more intense weather systems moving into the area, warmer temps, and more humid conditions. As for our 7-day overall rainfall totals, really our highest chances are going to be on Friday to get the heaviest rain, but even that is going to be very minimal. We're expecting generally scattered showers and weak storms, mainly Saturday through Monday, outside our higher chances on Friday. But in general, looking at this map for the cumulative rainfall for the next 7 days, most areas are expected to receive less than 1/4 of an inch of rain this week. So unless you happen to find yourself under a stronger storm, odds are we're not going to really get a whole lot of rain for your area this week. And what does that mean? Well, we are starting to see some increased drought conditions moving into central and southern Georgia that is actually impacting some of our far southern portions of the forecast area. So if we're not going to really be getting a whole lot of rainfall this week, unfortunately that means we could see worsening drought conditions for those areas by the time we get into this time next week. Overall, as far as our temperatures go, though, we see we have a general above average trend. Lows are going to trend in the mid 60s for this week, and that's due to being capped by the amount of moisture that we have in the area. Today, we're looking at highs again in the 80s. By tomorrow, we're going to cool slightly just because of the increased cloud cover. But then we're going to start a general warming trend through the weekend into the middle of next week. And as you see there, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're not far as far as our high temperatures from our record conditions, which are at that dotted line there at the top end of the range. So by the time we get in towards Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we're looking at highs around 90, even into the low 90s by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday. And those are only a couple degrees off from our higher temperatures, and that's going to be the general trend across our forecast area. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those as we move into next week. So just to summarize again, thankfully we're not looking at any significantly impactful weather events this week. Generally tranquil conditions outside some showers and maybe a weak thunderstorm or two for certain areas. Conditions are going to be increasingly summer-like. And again, our best chances for rain are going to be on Friday, with some scattered chances Saturday through Monday, generally, outside chances of rain outside of those days. But overall, we're really not expecting a whole lot of overall rainfall this week. So unfortunately, we could see some drought conditions starting to creep into central Georgia. Cooler temps on Friday, but generally a warming trend throughout the next week, and we could see some near record temps by the time we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. I'd like to thank you guys for attending this weekly weather briefing. If you have any questions or further comments for us, you know how to reach out to us either through social media or by phone. We also have our new decision support page up and running. Feel free to check that out. That is weather.gov/FFC/DSS. Thank you all and have a wonderful week.